Now, if you'd like your string to take a shape, such as like a squiggly line on this project, or the triangle, or the circle, you're going to have to bend what we call bending the stringer over a heat source, which will be a tea light candle that is placed on a piece of cardboard covered in aluminum foil. You then take a match, and light your tea light. And it's important that when you're placing the string in the heat source or the candle here, that you hold your fingers on either end far from the flame. And as you're holding it in the flame, it's going to heat it and make it start bending. So you don't need to apply too much pressure. It'll kind of bend on its own just by holding it there. You just guide it. You got to make sure that you keep holding it in the flame, because once you remove it from the flame, it becomes brittle and it will no longer bend. It will only bend while in the flame. So I'm going to place it back in. You can see I kind of have a curve right now. And I'm going to keep going. Maybe we'll try and make a square. Back in the flame, and I'm holding the ends. So there we go there. Now you can also use a pair of tweezers to hold one end if it starts to get a little too close to the flame. So you can protect your fingers. It's up to you how you'd like to use that. But you want to make sure that you don't touch this where the stringer has been into the heat, because it is hot for a few minutes after coming out of the heat. Also, you'll notice that there is this kind of black sootiness on your stringer after it's been placed in the candle. That burns off in the oven, so you won't see that after it's fired. Just gonna keep placing that in here and try and get my other side. So it's bending. You can kind of see I got my shape. Now, like I said, I won't touch any of this. I'll put this aside for a few moments to let it cool, and then I can kind of break off the ends where I want to shape it a little bit more. Now you can glue this down to your project similarly to a straight line. You just put a couple dots of glue. In a line. I'm just going to make kind of like a little square here. And once I break down the shape, and it should be pretty cool at this point, I'm going to place that in the dots of glue.